received a clip today where Fat Joe went on Math Hoffa's My Expert Opinion, and you know basically he wasn't happy with part of the foundational Black Americans. He attacked foundational Black Americans. He attacked me. Uh, called me loony. Said I was the wackest one in the Brand Nubian. At one point, he said the foundational Black authority, or he said whoever those broke niggas are, right? So that got me to thinking, right? A lot of people who are not necessarily intellectually astute or intellectually muscular will often resort to, name calling their money and, oh, you're broke. And, they try to equate it almost into intelligence, but really it's not. Fat Joe has an album out right now. And just like how the Democratic Party kind of expected foundational Black Americans to just support it just because, I think Fat Joe thinks that although he has a gripe with foundational Black Americans, I think he believes that we're going to go out there and support his new venture like we've done in the past. Well, people, I feel that all foundational Black Americans should boycott Fat Joe's new album. I believe, and at the same token, I believe all Puerto Ricans should go out and support it. That being said, I'd like to see how well it does. Because what all these people don't understand is all these people who have been ingratiated by hip hop is that if you took it back to your so-called roots or to your motherland or whatever the case may be and asked them to support you, you would not be where you are today. So he says, I was the wackest one in Brand Nubian, right? You know what that's like saying? That's like saying Scottie Pippen was the wackest one in the Dream Team. That Brand Nubian was a fucking dream team, my guy. Okay? So to say that I was the wackest one in Brand Nubian, I'm sorry, you're not hurting my feelings with that. You're just not. And here's another thing, sir. I write all my rhymes. I always have. And for a person that doesn't write their own shit to try to judge someone that does, disqualification, foul ball. You're disqualified from even commenting on something like that, sir. You have to write your own rhymes. Okay, I don't know who's writing them now because TA is not writing them anymore. I don't think Armageddon and dudes like that, but somebody's writing them, but it's not you. Influenced by foundational Black American youth using foundational Black American music as its base. We wasn't using any Puerto Rican slang. And not just Puerto Rican, anything. It's not about hating anything that doesn't look like you. These are non-arguments that people try to create to try to say that this is what people are upset about. No. We're upset about the fact that you can't just admit that the thing that you love, hip hop, that has brought you fame and fortune was created by a people that you subconsciously look down upon. Flat Earth. Like, bro, do you want to debate me about that? Like, whatever you want to debate me about, bring it out, bro. I'm ready. Like, but my is not intellectually equipped to sit down and really get into me. That's why they got to just say it somewhere else from afar. You know what I mean? Like, come on the show. Let's talk about this. Ain't nobody hating on y'all, bro. We just telling the truth. I had Puerto Ricans on my show. Shout out to Ruby D and Whip a Whip. They were there. They said there were no Puerto Ricans in the beginning. They were the first ones. They got there in 76. It been what's going on. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Oh, yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and as I expected, Lord Jamar responded to the clip that got in rotation on Twitter yesterday. It became part of the conversation where Fat Joe made an appearance on the My Expert Opinion podcast recently with Matt Hoffa. Took some shots directly at Lord Jamar, mentioned him by name, called him the wackest rapper in Brand Nubian, and also took some shots at the conversation of foundational Black Americans, FBA, and Tariq Nasheed. Now, they didn't mention Tariq Nasheed by name directly, but if you know, you knew exactly who he was getting at. Called niggas broke, said some other things as well. And I had a links in the description where you can watch that in full at on Lord Jamar YouTube channel. He did say a lot more and get more into detail with this conversation. Tried to grab some of the highlights there. As he did say himself, he do want to speak with Fat Joe about this. Said it's not no hate or anything like that for Fat Joe. He just want the facts out there with the history and everything like that. And when it comes to Matt Hoffa and Fat Joe combo, you got to go watch that on Matt Hoffa YouTube channel. He does have it copywritten on his platform and stuff. So if you want to hear directly what Fat Joe said, you can see that over there. Now, it's several layers to this conversation and all. As expected, Lord Jamar had to get his slick shots off. Talked about Fat Joe not writing his own music, so how can you call me whack? And if that's true, I most definitely agree with that. You can't call a nigga a whack rapper if you don't write your own music. And I'm not the nigga that's pushing for boycotting. I feel like me, when I push boycotting, to each his own, however anybody feel, it's a real serious issue for the community. Now, I don't think Fat Joe is all the way fully aware, and I don't know of exactly what the FBA conversation is, because that is disrespectful, because a foundational Black American is not just those guys on Twitter. Now, some of them might be going at you super disrespectful, calling your names and things like that, but that is a description of our lineage and full and things like that. But you heard Lord Jamar say, hey, I'm willing to sit down, debate, I'll bring my guys, and we'll talk about the days of the original time of hip-hop. You bring your guys, let's have this conversation. He has said this before with Cool G Rap and other people, like, let's sit down and let's talk about it and we can have it. I've had other Puerto Ricans on my platform already come and speak. Y'all come as well. And Tariq Nasheed did the microphone check documentary that he put out, and he got the OGs and the people who was there from day one in the origins of hip-hop in the form of New York, where how they got their thing going. Like, well, hold on, we was here from day one and stuff like that. But when it comes to FBA, this is the overall conversation that needs to be understood. FBA is a description of who we are as Black Americans in America. Now, Tariq Nasheed is vocal about it on Twitter, and you might not like some of the things he says, and you might not like some of the verbiage, but foundational Black Americans is not just people on Twitter. That's our lineage, our bloodline, and what our ancestors went through and who we are as a people. It's not a cult. It's not some type of trend. It's really a descriptive phrase of who we are, meaning foundational Black American. Your families, your loved ones came through centuries of being in America on this soil, not immigrants from Africa, not from Puerto Rico, not from Cuba, not from other countries, meaning they came here and through the slave trade centuries ago, or they were already living here before the colonizers came in and did what they did in America. They fought in all the wars. They built this country from the ground up, from the roots, taught people to survive here, fought for other people's rights and freedoms. That's what a foundational Black American is. No matter if you like Tariq Nasheed or what comes with that conversation with people on Twitter or not. So when you diss foundational Black Americans or you mocking it, it don't matter what's in front of it, because there's other descriptive terms out there as well. And they got different people that coin different terms, push different terms and different phrases of it to acknowledge Black Americans who are from America, who didn't come from another country and everything like that, and who've been here for centuries, dog. It just is what it is. That, hey, our lifestyle, and that's how it ties into rap and hip hop, because hip hop is the top of the culture. Hip hop is at the top. Everything else is up under the top of it. But above hip hop is Black American, my nigga, because that's what it's a reflection of. You can't deny it, city to city, state to state, town to town. What Black Americans do every day is what is viewed as hip hop, because it's an art form that is derived from the way that we live day to day. I tell y'all all the time, not every Black person is hip hop. But Black people that are hip hop, they make everything that we do hip hop. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, from the way that we talk, the way that we dress, the slang that we use, because what we do is our everyday lifestyle. It comes from what we do and what we put in the music. We create a soundtrack from it from day to day. That's why you go city to city. You go to LA, you go to the Bay, you go to the Midwest to Chicago, Detroit, you come down here to H-Town, you go to Dallas, you go to different parts of Texas, then you go over to New Orleans, Shreveport, Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Alabama, Memphis, Florida, anywhere, North Carolina, South Carolina. Everybody is using their slang, their lingos, and what they do every day, and they put that in the music, whether it be the sounds, the beats, and that's what hip hop is. That's Black American. Nobody is saying that nobody else didn't participate. Nobody else is not saying that nobody didn't help push or help grow or didn't contribute to it. Niggas is talking about the creation of it. What niggas is saying is, hey, there isn't any Puerto Rican lifestyle, influence, lingo, or slang that created hip hop. Neither is it Jamaican, neither is it Cuban, neither is it parts of Africa, Guyana, wherever. They came and did what Black Americans were already doing. The lifestyle that they were living, the way that they were dressing, the way that they recorded music. Rap and hip hop, the beats that niggas was originally rapping on, even from niggas just spitting outside and joking around, not really recording music from day one probably, if you just want to keep it all the way 1,000. But when you go up and they did this thing in New York, it's coming from a James Brown song, taking his beat, which is soul and funk and those type of music, rock and roll, and getting on those beats from another dude that is a Black American that grew up on Black American soil and did what Black Americans was doing musically. So it's like, yeah, other people was participating, but where is the influence of y'all creativity at right here when it's all a reflection of what Blacks are doing every day? But people are taking that as disrespect. This got a lot of conversation once the hip hop awards, the 50-year hip hop started, who was getting credit for creating it and everything, and everybody else is getting credit as well. And Black Americans is like, well, hold on, bro. We created rock and roll. We don't get the credit for that. We created blues. We created jazz. We created soul. We created our country, all these forms of music, and everybody else is getting the creation and getting to be the face of it. And they're like, well, hold on, can't Blacks say, nigga, we proud and we proud to be Black and we proud of our creation of hip hop? Look how long it's lasted off of what we do every day. Look at hip hop in its real form. If you take everybody Black out of hip hop, what do you have? Let's keep it all the way 1,000. And we just talk about the music. Hip hop ain't just music. But take everybody Black out of hip hop, what do you have right now? Now remove everybody else that participates in hip hop or contribute to hip hop. Guess what? If you remove everybody, we still here as in what we do, the way that we dress, the way that we act, the slang that we use, the type of freestyle, us outside rapping, joking, whatever we do. it's still gonna be going on regardless because it's a reflection of our everyday lifestyle. We make everything we do hip hop. That's just what that is. You come to H-Time, you gonna hear niggas talk about the type of cars we drive, the type of drink niggas sipping. We got the slow down beats. You go to Florida, you gonna see them niggas on the donks, in the parts that ride donks. They gonna have they style, they lingo. They gonna take their everyday culture, they 24 karat gold teeth and big Cuban chains and wicks. We make the imagery like this. We make the sound like this. Detroit, what them niggas do in the streets? Nigga, we Cartiers. They call each other my baby. They got these type of beats with the speed, like kind of drill sounds. I know right now Rocane is the guy that got the main sound, but it was a transformation of sounds and stuff like that to the beats to where Rocane got, you know, Doughboys, Cash Out, Payroll, and all of those guys, and then the Street Lords and things like that. You go back to L.A., what they had going on, their gang culture and things like that, transformed into the music, and it's just what niggas is doing every day. It's not a knock on nobody. We grew up with all type of people out here as well, bro, and nigga, like I tell people, bro, I got Mexican partners that's my dogs and my bros. They call me nigga growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because we grew up right next to each other and stuff like that. But they know, like, hey, nigga, they are in the environment doing what we do. We not doing what they do. Yeah, we eat Mexican food. We support everything that they got going on with, as friends and all that type of stuff. But we didn't go over nowhere else and like, hey, let's copy this, let's take that from them. Now, and niggas just participated in it. We just did what we did, bro. And that's just what it is. And Asian partners and they've said I got Filipino partners. I had certain Arabian partners that grew up around niggas. So you might get an N-word out of them every once in a while. Of niggas that, of course, white dudes ain't saying it, but I'm just saying there's several layers to this conversation right here, bro, that go on. It's not a disrespect to nobody else's lineage, nobody else's culture. People say it's divisive, but they never tell other people it's divisive for them to come over here and claim their countries and be proud of where they from and wave their flag. Why do it be divisive when black Americans say, well, nah, nigga, I'm a black American. Nigga, my people been here for centuries, nigga. We built this thing, nigga. We claim this our culture. But when you do it, it's just, I don't really be getting it, but people gonna take it how they want to take it, which they can. I'm here to just stand on that as what that is, bro. This is the facts. This is the reality. It would be dope to see Lord Jamar and Fat Joe sit down, had that conversation. Tariq Nasheed had that conversation. Get the originators there and everything of the sort. Nobody ain't saying nobody ain't participate. Nobody ain't say that niggas ain't contribute. Niggas just said niggas, the creation of this thing we call hip hop is coming from black Americans. That's just really all it is. But tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that for shit show. Stay on your pivot.